Welcome to CyberCEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. CyberCEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. All right, another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of CyberCEO. And of course, we are very lucky to have a very special guest on the show right now. Collin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Good morning.
Perfect. We really appreciate you being here. It's very, very exciting to get to interview you. So, Collin, we have a lot of listeners who are business owners just like you. So, help us out here. Can you introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe let's start off with, what is your role in the business?
So I'm an individual agent working out of the Silicon Valley Bay Area of California, and I have one assistant.
Oh, you're a cyberbacker, right?
I'm a cyberbacker, yeah.
All right. Now, how long have you been working with your cyberbacker?
About 4 months now.
4 months now. Now, let me ask you, how's the experience so far working with Cyberbacker?
It's been very good. Very good. We're constantly improving the communication and our process, and we're making improvements and closing deals.
All right, that's good to know. Constantly building on that relationship with your cyberbacker, of course. Now, I'd like to know more of what your cyberbacker does and what she is like working with her. I mean, tell me more about her.
So Michelle handles all my transaction coordination, right? So all the DocuSign signatures, compliance, making sure all the files are uploaded to portals so that they're archived. And she interacts with the vendors and does my scheduling and calendaring for listings, primarily listings, because, you know, when you work with buyers, it's a little more shoot from the hip. But yes, she's handling the listing coordination for me.
So a lot of the back end stuff then, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's, responding to the vendors to schedule and line up the photography, all that stuff is in Michelle's court now. And I love it.
Because it saves you time. Am I right?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
Of course. Now, let me ask you, in terms of time, how much time has she saved you and how much additional revenue has she made you ever since she started working with you?
It's hard for me to put a number on time, right? Because I'm still working. I'm just doing different things, right? So I find I have more time for listings and for going out and talking with clients versus sitting in my office doing the paperwork. But it's hard to put a number on that. We definitely have had more business now that she's here with me, and I'm able to handle more business than I've ever been able to. We've had as many as 3 escrows in contract in the past, and I guess it was the end of November we had 6, which was a milestone for me. I'd never had 6 at one time.
Wow.
And I'm absolutely convinced that I couldn't have had 6 unless Michelle was handling the paperwork in the background. It was funny because we had hit 5 total escrows. Mm-hmm. And then we had that one close, and we now went back down to 4. And then another week later, we got 2 more. And so we hit 2 milestones within about a month and a half of each other.
Wow, that's a huge milestone, of course, for you and your business. Now, I'd like to know more about your partnership with Michelle, your cyberbacker. What makes it click? What makes it work? What makes it a successful partnership, Collin?
Well, it's the process improvement. I've had first of all, Michelle's attitude is fantastic, right? And we have a list of what are all our steps are we going to do when we have a listing. What are all the things that we do before it's on the market, while it's on the market, and after we close escrow. And I've had other TCs help me with while it's in contract to close, but I've never had anyone help me with the before and the after close. So my process for getting a house prepped and ready is more streamlined than it's ever been. And then my follow-up after close of escrow is improving and better than it has been. And what we do is we conference call every other week or so. We don't have it scheduled rigidly yet, but we just kind of do it ad hoc, where we'll spend an hour on the phone and we'll just talk through what happened and make that process improvement, which is great. It's not something I've ever had before. All of my transaction coordinators in the past have just been, subcontracted, and basically you get how they work. They don't really, yield very much, primarily because they're doing the same thing for 10 other agents. And the thing I love about Michelle and working through Cyberbacker is to have her as my TC exclusive, is that exclusivity, and that we can kind of tweak it and make it fit my business, not me fit their business.
Tweak it into how you would like to do things. How would you want things done, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And we were really busy the last 4 months. I think like on the order of selling 10 homes. Like,
wow.
That's pretty busy for me, especially that time of the year. But what I'm leading to here is that I expect that we'll have more bandwidth to do more stuff like marketing and social media and more outreach with emails and such. So I'm excited about the other layers I can add later.
Because imagine you've only been working with Michelle for the past 4 months. Imagine what you could do in a year, 2 years, right?
Exactly.
Something very exciting. Now, we already talked about a few of the things that Michelle is currently doing for you in the business. What I'd like to know is, since it's the new year, it's 2022, what are some of the new things, the new tasks that you're thinking about letting her do for the future?
Yeah, so I've always wanted to have a more consistent social media presence, right? Posting information as houses are coming soon, on the market, in contract, and then after close of escrow. And it's hard for me to have all that scheduled out. And so that's actually one of the things I want to tackle this coming year, as well as we're in the process of doing some marketing pieces. Reasons I selected Michelle over the other candidate was that she had some design background. Wow. And I've already had her work on a couple of things to make it, to beautify it, if you will, to take just a regular document and make it look more professional and more polished. And so I can see us having like a couple of marketing pieces created this year. One of the things I've always wanted is a booklet, you go to a business and they have a booklet that's like 4 pages or 8 pages glossy, and there's pictures of the business. If you just take it away from real estate, let's say it's pool tables, there'll be different pool tables and all the benefits of going with that company and their pool tables. Well, the same kind of like marketing brochure for my business, right?
That's going to be exciting, of course, social media, especially because during the pandemic, it's really been very big, especially the social media piece, because getting your name out there, what you do, how you can help your clients, right? It's been very big. I'm not saying that it wasn't big before the pandemic, but it's going to be a huge step for the business, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't really get business through social media. I get my clients follow me, right? And so I get business from my clients, and when they see that I'm on social media and I sold another house, they just remember, oh, hey, he can get it done. And that builds their confidence in referring me out to their sphere of influence. So I'm not expecting someone to just see my Instagram and go, oh, let's work with that guy. It's usually I perceive it as someone being able to research that this person's legit, right? And they can see a track record of them doing stuff and being around for a number of years, and having, every once in a while you get a photo of clients and you, right? And everyone's smiling, and that's like all they need, right? Hey, okay, yes. Obviously that can't be fake.
I agree with you there, especially again on social media. They would be able to see your track record again, that you were legit, something like that. It's very, very big for your Cyberbacker. Of course, more things for her to do, more opportunities to grow. Now, it's talking about growth. My next question is a bit tough. What have been some of the challenges that you've had working with Cyberbacker, or let's call them growth opportunities?
Well, there's a little bit of a lag on working, right? Like in the afternoon, it's 2-3 o'clock. I need something done. All right. And Michelle won't be in until the next morning. right? So there's a little bit of that I got to learn, but I just kind of cover the gap when I need to. A lot of it is really me, since I've never had an assistant, or in the past I haven't had an assistant to offload stuff to. I actually I'm retraining myself more than anything, right? And Michelle and I have had frank conversations where I say, hey, just, it's not personal. Pull it from me, right? It's a matter of, I got to retrain myself. And she's been very good about that. She seems to understand.
I think that's a good problem to have, because you're still growing and building on the partnership that you have with your Cyberbacker, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's always an opportunity, right?
Yes.
I look around and I'm like, okay, I'm doing this. Should I be doing this? Maybe Michelle should be doing this, right? So it's that's the growth, right? We are about to. I'm not at home right now. I'm visiting Hawaii. So, but right now we've got 2 transactions in works, and in the background I get emails in the morning, and Michelle's uploaded and sent stuff, and she's keeping the ball rolling while I'm here. So that's really quite nice. It means that my business didn't take a vacation. I took one. Right.
So she helps you keep the ball rolling. That's good to know. One last thing, Collin, one last question. There are a lot of business owners listening to us right now. What advice would you be able to give them when they're hiring their Cyberbacker?
Be clear on what you want them to do, right? And then be prepared to let them do it. So, when you're an independent individual agent, you have a lot of control over all these things, and you have to relinquish some of that, right? Which is a good thing. Right? That's how you can leverage, right? If you don't let go of that control and free up your time to do other things, then what's the point?
That's true. I agree with you there. Again, that is the importance of virtual leverage. So especially in the real estate business, everything is about relationship, right? Creating that relationship with your clients, of course, and let someone else do the other things that you need to do, but don't have the time to do them, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And if you're clear on what you want them to do and how you want them to do it, you have that control. It's just a matter of defining it, right? It's not like you're giving it up. It's just you're shifting it.
Yes, I agree with you there. Now, we've been talking about your Cyberbacker, Michelle, for a while now. I know that she's listening. Would you want to give her a quick shout out on the show, or any message you'd like to share?
Your aces, Michelle. Keep on working.
We are very excited to see where this partnership would be in the next few months, and of course the years to come. Collin, thank you very much for being on the show today.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of CyberCEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.